Until Dawn is directed by David S. Sandberg, and this is based on a video game of the same name that came out 10 years ago. The plot is, well, it's nothing like the video game. Let's just say it straight out of the way. This is loosely based on the 2015 video game. It centers around Clover and a group of friends who basically is looking for her missing sister 1 year ago. And they go to this remote valley in this visitor center. And of course, they get chased by this masked killer who just kill them off one by one. But it's not until they wake up on the same time, at the same night, and they're stuck in this time loop. And they're trying to figure out how to get out of this and break the time loop. And they have to survive until dawn. It's pretty much like Groundhog Day meets Until Dawn, which is something we've seen millions of times before in certain movies or shows or other video game aspects. So going into this, I was not that excited for it because judging from the trailers, it didn't really impress me by the marketing. It didn't really give me that much excitement because you could tell this film is not going to look great from this in that reason alone. But that being said, I was willing to give it the benefit of the doubt, and I was willing because I did hear that it's not going to be like the game. So I was kind of like, okay, let's see what they can do. Maybe it will surprise me in a certain way. Even though they do pay homages, which I will say this, it does pay homages to the game in certain ways, even though it didn't do it the way it's reasonable, but it does pay some kind of homage or wink wink to the people who play the games. Now, I played the game like 10 years ago. I've not played it for a long time, but I do want to play it again. If I get the game again, I will probably play it and then I'll probably enjoy it. But despite all that, this film, well, you can judge by the thumbnail or the something that I just, if you've been following me for a while, follow me on Letterboxd. I posted my Letterboxd review. I'll just get to the positives. I will say this, David Sandberg's direction here is actually pretty decent, and the cinematography-wise does look nicely shot in certain aspects in certain areas. And some of the practical effects are pretty decent. I will give it some credit for sure. There are some practical stuff here and there. There are some creativity in this film. It does try to bring some life to it. And the acting for the cast, despite how I felt with the characters are written, which we'll get to the negatives, the cast did their best. They do have chemistry. I will give them that. I don't really blame them. They did their overall best. They could tell they could try to find something in the script where they can work with. But that being said, this film is boring. I'm just going to say it right away, guys. This film, Until Dawn, is very, very boring. The script here is nothing like I said before. It's not based off a video game. This is like loosely based. It's derivative from the game, but it's set in the same universe as the game, but it's a standalone original story, and it's expanded upon the mythos of it, which, okay, fair enough. If you want to do something new and different, go for it, as long as you do it right. But here, it just looks terrible. I'm going to say this right now, it doesn't work. The script itself just doesn't expand upon anything. It's just a very boring script, very weak, very shallow, and very hollow, boring characters. I'm going to say this now, despite the great cast in there, they do try their best, even though I don't heard so much of them, they're very boring. There are no much characteristics to them. There's no development towards them. I don't feel any emotions to them. I don't have any fear or worries about them. I just don't care about them after they get killed one by one every time they go to that time loop. And then, which is the biggest thing, the biggest problem with this film, is the time loop situation. Every time they get killed off, they wind back the clocks back and they start again. And again, it's trying to be like Groundhog Day or certain other movies or shows are trying to break that time loop to get out of that thing, which, again, it's a boring story. Every story in this game, or this movie, for example, is very boring. It doesn't have any substance. It doesn't have any characters to make me care about or latch onto. Clover does have kind of arc, trying to figure out what happened to her sister, but again, it doesn't dive into that much. It just, the moment it does, certain stuff happens, it just kind of rubbed it off like this. That's it. You don't really care. You don't have much impact to that story. But despite all these things I said, I did not like this film. I found this film boring. There's nothing else to say about this movie, and the kills in there are fine, but they're not that creative. They're just very basic kills, despite some Practical effects here and there are pretty decent, I'll give some credits due, but by the kills that happens, I just didn't care for the characters. Even though the characters, well, no spoiler, did survive in the end because they're trying to break that loop. And of course you have Dr. Hill, played by Peter Stormare, who's actually played him in the original game, which I will admit, it is nice to see him. It's basically him from the games. It's nice to be a little homage, which I will give credit, sure. But as far as this movie goes, there's not much of his character. He's just there to be there, and that was it. Not much to that character. He was just there to randomly at the visitor center for a bit when he's basically talked to Clover about, oh, this is not how you do it. You have to survive till dawn, which I don't really get the whole vibe towards it, but again, it's a thing you have to hear about. There is nothing else to talk about this movie. This film is boring, guys. I don't recommend watching this movie, but if you're a fan of the games, you're going to be disappointed. It's definitely not worth your time. If you're not, you will watch it, have fun with it, but it's nothing like the game. So my overall verdict of this film, it's a waste of time. It's a waste of time, guys. I do not recommend this movie. I advise you just don't bother watching it. If you want to watch it, fair enough. Just watch it in your own time being, but just don't waste your time on this film. It's not worth it. I'm going to give Until Dawn a C-. I was about to give it a D or D plus or something, but there are some redeeming stuff, but this film is just not good. I did not like this film at all. I just did not care for this movie at all, at least. Guys, comment down below and tell me, what do you think of Until Dawn? Do you love it? Do you like it? Do you think it's alright or do you hate it? Whatever the case is, comment down below and tell me what you think. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Until next time, see ya.